right, rimfire aficionados, so don't be concerned. You don't need to change this video just yet. But yes, this is a Voodoo 360, and yes, we are going to be shooting it with Eley ammunition through Voodoo mags, and I think we're going to be able to do this without any failures today. So we have a brand new rifle. The rifle, this is, like I said, a Voodoo 360 barreled action. It is in the MDT ACC, the same track torque optic. Basically what we did was we swapped barreled actions here from what I was running in the B14R. So you have the same Timney hit trigger, everything's the same, but we're going to give this Voodoo 360 a try. Now, there's probably not a more expensive barreled action out there that is as controversial as the Voodoo V22 and 360s, especially the 360s since they were released in what appears to be kind of like a fast, hasty release that they weren't really prepared for, because, man, these things had a slew of issues right out of the box. Now, outside of like ejection and extraction issues, the most common thing is feeding issues, because these magazines are very finicky. So with any AICS pattern 700 clone rimfire, you're going to have AICS pattern magazines, and your chassis is what is going to locate the magazine. There's a bunch of different chassis out there, a bunch of different options, and you may not end up with a magazine where it needs to be. The good thing is that Voodoo has been very forthcoming with videos lately on their channel on tips and tricks as far as how to get these mags working with the Eley EPS style bullet. So head over to Voodoo's YouTube page and check those out if you are struggling. We're going to talk about some of those today. I'm going to show you some kind of close-up shots of how we are feeding and how everything's working with this, and we're really just trying out this rifle. So I bought this rifle used. I scrubbed the ever-living crap out of it last night, took a ton of carbon out of the chamber. Barrel's clean, chamber's clean, so we might need to foul it up, and if you can see leaves and stuff in the background, not a perfect wind day, but I'm hoping for 0.2 to 0.3s at 50 yards. We're going to try some Tenex and some Match, and then of course we're going to blast some steel. But this is going to be on my website, so go over to pursuitofaccuracy.com. I'll have the link down in the description below that'll take you exactly where you can download these targets for free. And make sure when you print them landscape, so you're getting the same size. So as a note, for all you guys calling me out, I mean, it seems like every time I turn around, somebody else is calling me out. I'm in the middle of like building new guns. I let the CZ go, the one gun that just absolutely hammered, because I wanted to kind of go through other rifles and build them up. So give me a couple of weeks. I'm getting ready to shoot RMAC, and then I'm going to Missouri. I'll have the rifles with me. So with that being said, let me get this target out there at 50 yards, get this gun on the bench and load it up, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat that you are going to see failure to fires today. I can almost guarantee that. So the spring that you're going to get in the bolt for the firing pin is going to work like 99% of the time for everything but Eley. So Eley tends to get light strikes with it, but the great thing about Voodoo is that they have really good customer service. So if you call them up and say, hey, I'm getting light strikes with Eley, they're basically just going to ask for your address, and they're going to send you out the spring, which is what they've done for me. I'm just waiting for it to come in. The other good thing is if you got 2 or 3 mags and maybe you're shooting Lapua, but now you're shooting Eley, and you were interested in getting the followers that they mod, honestly, it's something you can do yourself. But if you don't have the ability or you're not feeling confident with it, ask them for the followers and they send them out too. So they really have extremely good customer service. Another really good thing about this rifle is it has the smoothest bolt of any rimfire that I've ever felt. This beats out basically everything. Now, if it's struggling to feed, it's not going to much matter, but it has a super slick action, probably the best action in the game, which is a big benefit to this rifle, especially if you're shooting it positionally for PRS or NRL 22. You can be on a prop, you can really work this action very smoothly, and you won't be disrupting the rifle very much. I said it's cold bore, totally clean. Hopefully we're somewhat close. We're gonna shoot probably 10 just to kind of function check it, make sure we're feeding, extracting, all that good stuff. And we'll make sure our 50-yard zero is spot on, and we'll check for some groups. And we'll do that with the Tenex and the Match, and then we'll shoot out there at 100, 150 maybe, and we'll shoot some steel and see how it does. All right, let's see here. We're shooting at my target again. We're gonna go for the Siders. 'Cause 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 high and right. There we go. Back towards the center. All right, if anything, we were a little right, but we're just fouling this in. So that's 10 rounds off a completely cleaned bore. And let me tell you, I scrubbed the heck out of that thing. So it may take us, another 10 to get it fouled in, but we're gonna go ahead and start shooting for groups. We'll shoot a 5-shot group, then I'll make a scope adjustment and we'll get this thing kind of centered up out here. We are dealing with a little bit of wind, so one group may be more right than the other, that kind of thing, but no big deal. All right, let's just go ahead and drop down to this first target. That was a really good group until that one right there. Same there. I had 4 basically touching and then 1 out. Swap over here. It may just be that that 10X lot is not its favorite lot. So we'll see how this lot of Eley Match fares out. So far we've pretty much fed everything. Had one that was a little janky in there, but it did feed without issue. So let's see how the match does. Go to the next target. We are now 20 rounds in from a clean bore. Well, that looks pretty good. So yeah, it likes this match, and I don't have a ton of it. So Eley, if you're watching this video, I'm running low, and this is Eley Match. It's around 1060-ish. If you're listening, hook a brother up. Let's shoot one more. It could have been a fluke. Definitely not bad. For sake of, I don't have much of this left. We're not going to shoot any more of this today. We're going to keep shooting the 10X, and we're going to blast some steel out there at 100 yards and work our way out. All right, to spice things up, we are now going to be shooting the Voodoo 15-round aluminum magazine. We were shooting the polymer, and the polymer did have a 4-round extension on it. All right, let's see if we can hold it straight up. That worked. And a little tiny hang there on the 15-rounder. Oh, just off the right edge of it. Oh, just left of it. Come on, last round. Barely got it. All right, we made it through. So not too bad. Now we're gonna go to the standard 10-round mag here. And so far the best magazine I have is this 14-rounder, which is the same as this mag, but it has an extension, but it's actually not mine. This is a buddy of mine's mag. I used it, it worked really good. So to John, thank you for lending me your magazine. I never plan on giving it back. All right, so we are gonna go about 3 mils, and we're gonna try this 130 yard KYL. Looked like I might have hit it on the left, but I don't see any marks on the left. Possibly a little low. Okay, no, it was off right. There we go. I think we are a hair low. Yeah, it seemed like a better hit. Barely nicked that guy. First miss. Nick that guy. Nick that guy. We'll get this one. Ooh. Oh. So not too bad out there at 130 yards. Really hoping in the video you guys are catching a lot of that bullet trace and the bullet flight that I'm seeing through this. When I take the scope cam setup off here, I can see even more because this does reduce my visibility of light emission about 50% having the camera on here. But yeah, no real failures. So overall, I think it's a win. All right, so right here we have the Voodoo Action. We are up close and tight on this, and we have the Voodoo magazine. And what I want you to notice is how tip up this bullet is, and that's using that follower mod. So now as I push the bolt forward, watch how easily this enters the chamber. No problem at all, lines right up right there. So as you guys have seen in the video here, I think I found a winning combination. Now I didn't get any light primer strikes during this video, of course, but it is something that I've experienced about 1 out of every 20 in the past. Now cleaning the crap out of this probably did help with that some. Now it is very easy to just cycle the bolt again and fire, and most time that sets it off, but I don't want to have to worry about that. But so far with the Voodoo mag, the 360 in this setup, it is shooting the Eley Match pretty much lights out. It shot a couple good groups there. As you can see, the Tenex was not bad at all, just doesn't prefer that speed. Big shout out to you guys for supporting the site. If you check the description down below, there are gonna be some affiliate links. So if you're looking for some of those products, they're products that I use and work with all the time, and I know they're good. If you're looking to buy some of those, use my affiliate link with my code. It'll save you some money, helps me out. I also have some non-affiliate codes down on the bottom below, and always working on increasing those, but only with brands that I trust. So if you see an affiliate link for me down in the description in any of my videos, or a product I'm giving a code for, it's because I've worked with that brand. I know their company, I know their product, and I can stand behind it. So thank you guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Hopefully you like what you saw on the 360, and we'll be seeing more of this in the future. We'll catch you on the next one.